wanted a strategy to limit China's grand plans for the South China Sea. This is the national interest. The United States has significantly accelerated the pace of its freedom of navigation operations, these are called FONOPs, in the South China Sea. Last year it conducted 4 such operations in the span of 5 months. This contrasts with the 4 FONOPs conducted during President Obama's entire second term. On January the 17th, the USS Hopper, a US Air League Burke-class destroyer, conducted the first FONOPs of 2018. This one occurred near the Scarborough Shoal, much further north than the previous operations. Like those earlier FONOPs, it rapidly drew a rebuke from the People's Republic of China. China's Defense Ministry spokesman declared that the repeated illegal entry of American warships into Chinese island groupings and maritime regions in the South China Sea endangered both sides. He condemned the operations as a threat to Chinese sovereignty and security and said they disrupted regional security and stability. Scarborough Shoal has been a source of ongoing friction claimed by both China and the Philippines. It was the scene of a confrontation between Manila and Beijing in 2012. The United States brokered what was supposed to be a mutual withdrawal, but which saw the Chinese remain, establishing effective control over the area. Thus far, however, Beijing has refrained from engaging in the kind of island reclamation or building at Scarborough that it has conducted in the Spratly Islands and the Paracel Islands. But that restraint may be coming to a close. China's state-run news agencies now openly acknowledge that the nation has indeed engaged in significant land reclamation and artificial island building in the South China Sea region. The People's Republic of China has long promulgated a map of the South China Sea that includes a 9-dash line encompassing most of the region. Based upon a map initially published by the Republic of China, Beijing has been ambiguous over what exactly the 9-dash line represents. Is it a claim over the land features within it, including the Paracel Islands, Spratly Islands, and Scarborough Shoal? Or is it an assertion that the entire region, including the waters, belongs to Beijing, essentially making the South China Sea its territorial waters? Its behavior, including repeatedly interfering with American warships and military aircraft transiting the region, would seem to suggest the latter. Beijing, however, has protested this view, arguing it has never interfered with civilian ships on the sea lanes that traverse the area. Perhaps the greatest political challenge to limiting Chinese action is the lack of coordinated responses among the other claimants. In the Spratly Islands, it is not a matter of ASEAN states versus China, but rather an array of mutually challenging claims. Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, Philippines all claim at least parts of the Spratly Islands. For there to be any hope for balancing the Chinese political push, the local states must first reach a common negotiating stance amongst themselves. The US needs to play an active role in helping broker such a stance among Kuala Lumpur, Manila, and Hanoi. You like herding cats. The nascent Quad of the United States, Japan, Australia, and India offers a potential new path for addressing some of the South China Sea issues. When officials from 4 states met during President Trump's November circuit in Asia, it gave new life to the concept, which was hibernated for nearly a decade. 28th of August 2017, I wrote a piece, China Rising, and I said apart from a few half-hearted and timid FONOPs, China has established control over the South China Sea. It has created artificial islands and then militarized those artificial islands across the South China Sea. It is a mind-boggling geopolitical advance any which way you care to cut it. China has advanced its footprint in Pakistan, where it has leased the Gwadar port, giving China and Central Asia access to the Gulf region and the Middle East for 43 years. Sri Lanka, which gorged on Chinese debt, has had to disgorge the Hambantota port to its creditor. And recently we saw China formally open a military facility in Djibouti. These moves, when you take them together, speak to a material Chinese advance. And I was saying that the pivot to Asia, which was supposed to contain China, is dead in the water, and China has sprung that trap. So I think it's going to be very difficult to roll back China. China has the wherewithal to repel this attempt by this quadrilateral, or whatever you care to call it,